Are we live? I think we're live. What a world we live in where I can click one button, give terrible advice. We got two people in here, so there's about to be a crazy amount of questions being asked. And we're down to one. Awesome. What's up, Mr. Payne? How you doing? Let's see. Any start sits, any trade questions, anything like that? What's up, Brosi Yao? Brosi Brosum? I don't know what's happening anymore. I do not know. What do you do with LaVisca in Dynasty? You hope Urban Meyer gets canned. Listen, Urban Meyer fucking stinks. Urban Meyer drafted Travis Etienne to be LaVisca Chenault, and then Etienne got hurt, and he doesn't use LaVisca Chenault. I don't get this, dude. I don't know. Traded Julio and Mike Davis and a second for Keenan and a first. I don't know how that happened. I would have traded all of that just for Keenan. The fact that he got a first on top of that is wild. Tarek, of course you have a bunch of trade questions. You never know what you're doing, man. And listen, neither do I. So we're in the same boat. How badly did I lose this trade in Dynasty? You traded away Kyler for Trevor Laviska, a second and a first. Yeah, you lost that big time. You lost that. When did you make that trade? At what point was that trade good? Kyler is legitimately a top two Dynasty pick from here on out. I think all the running backs we've learned are not worth top five picks because a guy like CMC is just going to get hurt. Dalvin Cook's going to get hurt. Aaron Jones is like old, so nobody wanted to pick him early. Kamara's now in a shit offense. I think you got to go quarterback early, and Kyler Murray might be the 101. Traded it in week one. That's tough. And Lamar has a back injury, probably from carrying this team. Love that. Absolutely love that. Antonio Gibson didn't practice today. I don't think Kenny Galladay ever practices. Your team was sorry after the startup, and you have Watson. It sounds like it's still sorry. I hate to say it, KN, but it sounds like it's still sorry. I got Julio, who might miss. Sutton Woods. I got Marvin Jones, Deshaun. Tim Patrick, Osborne, Terrace, Westbrook, Ikenny. Pick three. Listen, the fact that Terrace spells his name wrong and I can't pronounce Westbrook Ikenny means I'm not starting them. I like Marv Jones tonight, little revenge game. I like Tim Patrick a lot, and I'd be between Sutton and Woods, and I think you got to go Sutton there. Woods cannot be trusted. You need to flex one of these three: Rondell, Marvin, and Tim Patrick. Give me Marv Jones. Give me Marvin's room. And if he scores 2 points, then bump that shit. Should trade Miles Sanders in 12-team PPR Dynasty for a first-round pick next year. This would leave me in a rebuild with Jacobs, Cam Akers, Hines, and Kenyon Drake. No, I would keep Miles Sanders for that price. I think they're showing a decent amount of commitment to him. I know Gainwell has looked very good in his own right, but I don't think he's going to eat into his touches all too greatly. Last week was kind of an anomaly. It was the least amount of rushing attempts in a game ever, apparently, as per Pro Football Reference. So I wouldn't read too deeply into that. What else we got? I ended up pulling off the trade in my home league that I talked about last week. I got probably a better deal than I had talked about. I got Zeke and Gainwell and Andrews for Darrell, Henderson, Keenan Allen, and get Sticky Gasicki. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, if you're streaming Cincinnati, that really doesn't do much for me in terms of worrying about Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones could put up like 7 for 68 and a touchdown, and Trevor Lawrence can still be sacked 5 times and throw 3 picks, one of them being a pick six. Jags offense stinks. Your team's Watson, Darnold, Trevor, Gibson, Kittle, CD, Justin Jefferson, Laviska, Pittman, ETN, and Cephas. Not a shit team, but it's not great. And it's not great at all, if we're being honest. If we're being completely honest, it's not that great at all. If Cook doesn't play, Madison or Sutton, we saw what Madison looks like when Cook isn't there. Like 34 opportunities, you got to play him. PPR or not. He would be a top like 6 or 7 running back in the week without Cook in there. I think between Madison, Pollard, and maybe Gainwell, those are like the highest of high-end handcuffs in the NFL because I think that they have this skill set to be three-down players, and that's what they would command if and when the starter goes down, which with Dalvin Cook always being hurt, that seems to be the case. And despite the matchup against Cleveland, I do not care. I'm starting him. Are you being vaccinated, Cole Beasley, for Halloween? I don't know what that means. Do I like walk around with just a needle in my arm? Is Cole? I don't think Cole Beasley plans on being vaccinated. I don't know. Ooh, traded Amari for Madison in 2 seconds yesterday in Dynasty. You have Cook. Also have Sutton. I don't like that trade. I would have kept Amari Cooper. Um, hoping Kittle misses. I snagged up Dwelly last night, hoping to trade him for a pick to the Kittle owner. Tilting Dynasty, so there's absolutely zero tight ends on the horizon. If you get anything for fucking Ross Dwelly, then count your lucky stars. Jesus Christ. Dynasty PPR, tight end premium super flex. Trade Cooper Bateman, 2 projected late 2021. No. No, keep Cooper. To me, Cooper and DJ Moore are in the same conversation. Ooh, it's tight end premium. Eh. Cooper and Moore are in the same conversation, and then 2 firsts and Bateman for Hawkinson. I'm going to pass on that. Your receivers are Moore, CD, Ayuk, Mooney, Elijah Moore, Boyd, Ruggs, Eskridge. Should I flip any one of them? And if so, for who? Matt, that's a fucking wildly long list. I would sell Tyler Boyd after tonight. He's probably going to go crazy with Higgins out and against a shit ass defense. I kind of like Henry Ruggs. I think between Moore, Lamb, Ayuk, and Ruggs, you have a solid enough receiving core that you can get rid of one of those guys. So probably Boyd, but I don't know what you're going to get for him. Who's the Monday miracle player to win games for everyone? Raiders versus Chargers Monday Night Football. Jalen Guyton, and he stinks. Should you trade Ertz and $10 fab for a third? Jesus, man. Theo Von Miller, yeah. Ertz is dust. Would I drop Dallas Goddard for Higbee? Yes, I would. Higbee has looked very good when he is consistently used in that offense, which has been pretty often. He looks the part of like a top 8 tight end. So yeah, I would do that. For sure. For sure. What else we got? What other news is happening? I see nothing. Do we think James Robinson is an okay play tonight? You are a McCaffrey owner and only have J Rob, Javante, and Singletary. I mean, you got no other options, but I think he's fine. I think he's like around running back 20 if I were to do my rankings. I'm going to record a video after this. Going to put it on my personal channel. And this one, I also have been uploading to the personal channel if you want to check that out. But I'm going to talk about like sleepers on the week, and Robinson's probably around my running back 20. He's not going to be featured in it because I don't think he's like much of a sleeper because I don't have him above ECR. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think he's all right. Would I try to move? If you call Terry McLaurin F1, I'm probably not going to answer your question going forward. I hate that nickname. Nothing personal against you, Ben. I just hate that nickname. Would I try to move McLaurin in Dynasty? We have 2 flex spots, so I start 4 wide receivers. You start as a Ridley, DK, McLaurin, and Keenan. You have Juju, Kirk, McCole on bench. I mean, after those top 4, you really got nothing. But if you can trade him for like a DJ Moore, I would do it. If you could trade him for like a CD Lamb, like him and Kirk for CD Lamb, I would do it. It's just tough. He's an awesome receiver, but that situation is fucking booty cheeks. So I would try to move him if you had the ability to do so. Same with Ridley too. I mean, I would move Ridley for like DJ Moore in a piece if you could. You have a trade for Moore lined up right now? Listen, terrible minds think alike. Pull on it. Let me see what's going on. I just scroll through Twitter and see so much fucking dog shit. It's ridiculous. And most of it's my own tweets. What else we got? I like doing live streams because I like interacting, but I also hate live streams because I have like no content of my own to bring to the table. So I just sit here in silence. Cincy D tonight or Miami versus Houston on Miami versus Indy on Sunday. I like Cincy tonight. Cincinnati's defense has been like wildly good this year. And they're playing one of the worst and most turnover prone offenses in the league. Give me them. How you feeling about the stuff with Doc and Mike that went down last week? I didn't see it. If you tweet at me the tweet or like DM me the tweet, I'll look at it. I don't know. I don't really pay too much attention to what the doctor says. What up? What up? I need to fill two flex spots. Woods, Sermon, Claypool, Kirk. If Deontay's out, you got to go Claypool. If he's in, that's too tough right now. Because if Mitchell's out, I'd go Sermon and Claypool. If not, I'd go Kirk and Claypool. I think I would just stick Kirk and Claypool. Should you trade Devontae in the season long? No, probably not right now. His value is very low. Bench one, Diggs, Evans, Cup, and Chase for wide receiver. I am probably going to bench Michael Evans. Do I like Terrace tonight? No, I don't like him any night. Would you trade Trey Sermon for a second in Dynasty? Yes, I would. You stashing Watson anywhere in redraft leagues with all the Miami trade rumors? And am I mentally ill for doing this? Listen, if you're mentally ill, then I'm right there with you because I'm stashing him. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't even know what's going on with this whole Deshaun Watson thing. Apparently, he's like not even going to be on the exempt list, so he would be in starting consideration if he got traded. I don't know if it's going to happen though. It's a big investment to make in a guy who's got a whole lot of charges facing him. Chuba Hubbard, Melvin Gordon, or Leonard Fournette. Give me Hubbardinho. In redraft, what should I be trying to get for Tyson Williams? I don't know, like a chicken lettuce wrap, some bullshit like that. You're gonna get absolutely nothing for him. He's on a team that spreads the ball around way too much. And on the goal line, they're gonna give it to Lamar. Start Kenyon Drake or Naheem Hines Jr. if Jacobs is out. Probably Drake. Drake's role doesn't change at all regardless, but I would just go Drake. Pick two, Devonta, Terrace, Mooney, Westbrook, Akinney. Jesus Christ. Give me Devonta and Westbrook, Akinney. What up, GOAT? Hope you're not talking to me with that mouth. I need to start one at flex, full PPR. Edmonds, Boyd, Deontay, Madison, Tyson. Madison, if Cook is out for sure. If he is in, Deontay. If Deontay is out, then you're kind of fucked because my next answers would be the guys that play on Thursday night. Actually, no, you have Edmonds. Yeah, then Edmonds. Yeah. How high do you value Swift in Dynasty? Top 5-ish running back, I think. I like the coaching staff. I love his skill set. He would be my top running back from the 2020 class and probably only ranked behind McCaffrey. Honestly, he might be number 2, and he's not 2. I don't know. Jonathan Taylor, currently 28 overall running back, or Melvin Gordon, 13. Jonathan Taylor. What do you think about Najee and Woods rest of the season? Should I move Najee now after two goodish games? Nah, I'd hold Najee. There's like a handful of running backs that he gets the opportunities. He sucks with them, but he gets them. And there aren't many running backs you can say that about because a lot of running backs that get opportunities still suck as well, and they don't get as many as Najee. So I'd hold him. Robert Woods to me is dead. Dead in the water. Mark Andrews and Devonta Smith for Mike Williams half PPR redraft. Mike Williams. I'm a Chargers fan, so I'm biased there. I have Mike Williams in a shit ton of spots, so I'm biased there as well. This guy's a fucking menace. I think he is legitimately a top 10 receiver for the rest of the year. How he's being used, the offense that he's in, and the fact that he's not getting hurt because they're not throwing to him a million yards down the field, I think he could be top 10. Ooh, geez, this killer clown guy's kind of got some crazy mojo to him. Moxie, as you say, he's disliking the video, and he called me an idiot. Listen, nobody's arguing with that point. You have Dak, Herbert, Lamar, and Burrow in a 12-person Superflex dynasty. Thoughts? Which one to trade? Need another running back to feel safe. I would trade Burrow. He's the worst one of them, and he'll still get you a lot in return. Mooney, Ruggs, or Ayuk full PPR. Give me Ruggs. Mike Williams going on IR week 5 book it. I wasn't a bet on this week, but hey, the later the better for me. Just got here, so excuse me if you discussed him already, but thoughts on Kadarius Toney. He stinks. I just like him because I can put him in a thumbnail. What are we doing with Corey Davis? You're sitting him forever. Actually, I kind of like him this week. You think I should trade? God damn, these questions are flying. You think I should trade Cup, Allen Robinson, Pollard for Adams, McLaurin, and Harris, full PPR league? So give me, I don't know. PPR, Harris and Pollard are about the same. McLaurin better than Robinson, and Adams and Cup are about the same. So yeah, I would take the Damian Harris side. Thoughts on Javonte Williams rest of the season? Big fan. I know he's getting a lot of garbage time work, and he had like one downish week, so people don't want to talk about him. I like him. Top 24 running back. Is this the week to finally start Brandon Ayuk? There's never a week to start him. At what point in the year does Mike Williams start holding his back after every catch? When they start using him as solely a deep threat, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Okay. So the doc seems like he wasn't taking too kindly to joking. A lot of my tweets lately have been me acting like I'm a doctor, which I am, which is why I still live at my parents' house. This doctor salary, not hitting. DJ Chark or Jacoby Myers this week. Give me Jacoby. Is Tommy Tremble worth a pickup in a dynasty league with Dan Arnold traded? Yes. Tommy, I can't fucking talk. Tommy Tremble should be picked up in your league. Start Kareem Hunt or Elijah Mitchell. Kareem Hunt, go Bolts. Selling high in Cup or holding? Hold for sure. People want to sell high because the argument is he can't sustain what he's been doing. No shit. He's not going to put up 3,200 yards this year. But who are you selling him for that's been bad that you think is going to reach the ceiling of what Cooper Cup has been doing? Cooper Cup could cut his fantasy production by like 30%, put up 70% of what he's doing, and be a wide receiver 3 overall for the rest of the year. So unless you're trading him for like Tyreek Hill and another piece, there's really no point. Pumpkin spice latte or wet Wonder Bread? If you mean by Wonder Bread being wet, just like legitimately what it sounds like, I guess the latte. I don't drink coffee, and I also don't really eat bread like that, especially when it's wet. Star 3, Rondell, Hopkins, Waddle, Corey Davis. Give me Hopkins, Waddle, and Corey. JJ or BB to replace James White? I would say neither. There is no point of owning them because both of them are going to stink and just use up a roster spot in your team and do nothing for you and give you a fucking headache. Yeah, that's what I got. Do I pick up Zach Moss and drop Jared Cook? My only other tight end is Tanyan. Yes, I would. And I would start Zach Moss this week. Big fan of his. He gets all his touches when the team is up big. They're playing Houston. Houston is frisky, but they're frisky in like the second half. So I would expect him to get a whole lot of touches while Houston's trying to catch up and Buffalo's just trying to run out the clock. Probably like 15 carries. I'd say 52 yards and a touchdown. Not great, but not terrible. Brian Edwards or Rondell this week? Brian Edwards only produces in overtime. I'll take Rondell. My thoughts on Dog the Bounty Hunter. Didn't he die? Oh, or did his wife die? Dog the Bounty Hunter. Oh, well, apparently he's still alive. There's a story about him 5 hours ago. I'm impartial to Dog the Bounty Hunter. Nothing good nor bad to say about the man. Would I try to buy McLaurin? Here's the thing about me. I'm a trade addict. I will buy or sell anybody on my roster or on anybody else's roster. So you got to be a little more specific because, of course, I would buy Terry McLaurin if it costs me Corey Davis. But I wouldn't do so if it cost me Cooper Cup. In full rebuild, but have already sold off a lot of my vets. Would it be worth it to trade Higgins for Terrace Marshall plus the 2023 first? I would not. I'm personally not a fan of Terrace Marshall. Robbie Anderson or Zach Moss, because Robbie is also a free agent. Give me Zach Moss. For as much as I love RoboCop Anderson, I'll take Zach Moss there. Gibson, CMC, Pollard. What about him? Let it flow or man bun. I can't even put my hair up in a bun right now. I cut my hair in February. I got like an undercut and I didn't like it. So I've been trying to grow it out. And it's like, I don't even want to show you. It's like, whatever. It's long underneath, but not long enough to put up. So I have to put it down and look terrible like this. But I'll usually just wear a hat or something like that. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Jacoby Myers or Mike Davis? Give me Jacoby. Jacoby Myers against Tampa. How hyped are you to go into severe debt to get the OBJ catch on NFL Top Shot? Jared, I'm not excited to go into debt because I'm already in it. And listen, it's not as fun as people talk about. Are you Aaron Rodgers double in his next insurance commercial? You think I look like Aaron Rodgers? It's the first time I've ever heard that. Start 3, Marvin Jones, Rob Woods, Claypool, Deontay Henderson. Marvin Jones for sure. If Deontay is out, then Claypool. If Deontay is in, then Deontay, and then Henderson. And if Henderson's out, then don't fucking play him. Man, we're the same person. I got an undercut like a year and a half ago, and I'm still regretting it. I didn't mind it for what it was. Like, if I could get an undercut right now, the way I wanted it to be, as opposed to how the guy cut it, I'd have it right now. I just don't have a barber I trust. I let my friend's cousin do it, my best friend's cousin, so I thought there's some trust there. He went too high on the sides. And it didn't look terrible, but it didn't look great. So I'm going to try to let it grow and then run it back. And if the undercut doesn't work, then listen. New cut on the way. Devontae Parker in mid-second for Zach Moss. Nah. Zach Moss sucks. Full PPR, need 2 running backs. Kareem Hunt, Jamal Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Montgomery, or Sonny Mitchell. Or Elijah Mitchell. Full PPR, give me Hubbard and give me Kareem Hunt. I was about to say Jamal Williams, but give me Kareem Hunt. What's up? Good to see the flow out here on this Thursday afternoon. Hello, Kyle. Do you think James Robinson will be an RB2 rest of season dynasty value? Yeah, I do think he will be a running back 2 rest of season. And I would trade him to a contender because this team looks like a fucking shithole. And I can only imagine what's going to happen when ETN comes back. Would you trade Chubb or Gibson for Eckler? Yes, I would trade either one for Eckler. I wasn't a big fan of Eckler going into the year because I think he's not a good running back, but they've shown over the past 2 weeks they will use him as like Alvin Kamara. I think he's a top 5 guy rest of the season. Cooks, AB Woods, or Marvin Jones this week. Give me Brandon Cooks. And if you want some action tonight, get Marvin Jones. Would I move Andrews with Gronk on your roster to try and upgrade at quarterback or flex? Who would you target with Andrews? I would try to trade Andrews. I just traded for him, but he's a trade away candidate for me because I don't think he's nearly as good as people think. I don't know what you could necessarily get in return. Maybe like a Brandon Cooks, just because people don't want to believe in that offense. Maybe a I don't know what you could do for quarterback upgrade because I don't know who you have at quarterback right now. Maybe package Andrews and something for Mike Williams. I don't know. Get creative. I would trade him for like Marvin Jones though. That works as well. Would you? Okay. What's the purpose of an undercut? I just let it ride for 2+ years at this point. YOLO. My neck gets too fucking hot with all the hair on the back of it, and I also think it like looks better because you can still let it down and it looks long enough. But he just went too high with it. I don't know. We'll see. Have PPR pick 2 for this week. Saquon Gibson or James Robinson. Give me I would play James Robinson tonight because Gibson just missed practice, so you might have to risk him not playing. So I'd go him, and then between Gibson and Saquon, give me Saquon. Start to Waddle, Rondell, Corey Davis, Waddle, and Corey Davis. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about this other trade I made last week. Jesus Christ, J. Rob and Elijah Mitchell for Chubb and Josh Allen. Wasn't even trying to get Josh, dude. Just added him to the trade. That guy's an idiot. Need 2 wide receiver full PPR. Justin Jefferson, Amari Cooper, Jamar Chase. Give me Chase and Jefferson. I have Matt Ryan and Teddy and Tyrod. Jesus Christ, Patrick Douglas. That's awful. If it's super flex, then yeah, try to upgrade one of those. Are you from Massachusetts? When did you become a Chargers fan? I'm from Connecticut. This is a BU hoodie. I was a Chargers fan when I saw LT had the most swagger in the NFL. So like 5 years old. For the Andrews question, yeah, Pat, I would try to trade Andrews and like Matt Ryan for Derek Carr. That should do it. Where's Swift and rest of season running back rankings half PPR? He'd probably be top 10, but closer to 10 than 5. I might do a rest of season rankings after next week and see where he lands. I think he's very similar to like Darrell Henderson range. I think, but I'm also like pretty high on Darrell Henderson. I think he's close to Kamara, closer to Kamara than people think. What would you realistically be looking for CMC to get for CMC in a trade? I was about to trade for McCaffrey, but the guy wanted way too much. It got to the point where all I'd have to give up, and by all I'd have to give up, it's still a lot. It was Cooper Kupp, Darrell Henderson, and Keenan Allen. Some people might do that. I wasn't comfortable giving up that much for one player. I think if you can get a wide receiver one and a running back one or a fringe running back one, you should do it. Unless you're like 3-0 to this point, and you can wait out the next 2 weeks. Then I would just wait them out. Or if you could flip them for like Henry or Aaron Jones, then I would do that as well. But listen, that's just what I think. I'm just one idiot in a world full of them. Cup, Metcalf, Diggs, or Ridley. I have to choose 3. Happy PR. Mostly torn between Ridley and Metcalf. I would sit Ridley. That offense fucking stinks. Boyd versus Jags. Sutton versus Ravens. Robbie versus Dallas. Pick one. Give me Tyler Boyd tonight with T. Higgins out. Do you have any studs that you're looking for the 2023 draft? Yeah, that's 2 years away, man. I've heard names. Dude from Texas, Bijan Robinson. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I know anything more than that, other than like Keyshawn Bout or whatever his name is. I don't really listen or watch too much college football. I'm not gonna act like I do, like everybody on Twitter does. Jamal Williams or Waddle in flex this week. Give me Waddle. Lost Gus, dude. You lost Gus like a month ago. What's the value on Mahomes in a 10-team dynasty league? One quarterback. Is 4 firsts close? Yes. I would trade 4 firsts for him in a one quarterback league. Or I would take 4 firsts and give away Mahomes for that. Yeah, I heard 2023 is supposed to be better than 2022, but they say that every year. And then people complain that the class isn't as good as they thought because nobody can ever be happy. Or maybe that's just what Twitter makes the world seem like. I don't know. I don't know, man. All I know is I have a dentist appointment tomorrow and I'm kind of upset about it. Don't like the dentist. They always tell me I have like decent enough teeth. Then they scrape the shit out of them and I start to bleed. Oh, I didn't see that it was a super flex trade. I would still do that trade because it's 10 teams. And if my math adds up, that means every team can afford to have 3 starting quarterbacks. So I would do that. Your birthday is tomorrow. What am I getting you? Listen, I'll have a bag full of a brand new toothbrush, toothpaste, and floss. So just give me your address and I'll send it over. Your dentist says you have good enough teeth. How else do you want me to word that? And I don't think that they word it exactly like they look in my mouth. They like open up, I open up, and they're like, they're good enough. Like I don't think that's typically how it goes. The dental hygienist, because I guess I have to specify who's who. She'll like clean my teeth, and then the actual dentist comes by with her little fucking pickaxe and counts to make sure I have enough on my head. And she's like, "Those are they're solid. I mean, nothing special." Like, thanks, woman. I just paid all that money for braces, and you're gonna tell me that I'm nothing special? Yeah. That's typically how it goes. I fucking hate the dentist. I hate the doctor too. I have some doctor stories, but I don't think I want to talk about them live on air. Maybe if you guys subscribe to my OnlyFans. What else? Curious to know how many dynasty leagues you're in. Do you have a favorite league? I think I'm in 7 or 8. My favorite one is the first one. Listen, my lineup in that one. Let me read it to you. It's not fair. Like, if people brag about their dynasty league, it's mostly because they probably joined a league with players that didn't know how to play or it was their first time playing. This happened to be the case, but then again, it was my first one too. My starting lineup is Josh Allen, Aaron Jones, Aaron Gibson, Antonio Gibson, Stephon Diggs, Odell, Darren Waller, Austin Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Kyler Murray, Nev, Damian Harris, James Robinson, who else? Allen Robinson, Michael Thomas. Like it's a fucking disgusting mess. So that's my favorite team. I won it last year. Not to brag. Half PPR, Waller for Gibson and Knox. Which side wins? Give me. I'll take Waller. Zach Evans is going to be a demon in the NFL. Don't know who Zach Evans is. I worded it perfectly. I'm assuming you're talking about my dentist. Listen, I might live stream next week and tell you what they say. If I have like 5 cavities, I'm taking out of your paycheck, Ben Payne. Raheem Jarrett, Dante. Okay, you guys are just naming fucking people in college that I don't know about. You think NFL is NFT? NFL's NFT is going to be bigger than Top Shot? Yeah, because football is a much bigger or culturally relevant sport than basketball. Basketball has a massive fan base, but there's 82 games and you kind of get tired out in the middle of the season. Football, you're tuned in from September till December, till January, till February. Even in the offseason, there's so much going on between the draft, the combine, trades, people fucking stealing crab legs out of restaurants, guys drunk driving into poles and like not getting in trouble for it. It's such a relevant sport year round despite being very seasonal in its action that I think it'll be pretty big. So, that's just my thoughts. Hmm, let's see what else. Exactly what I did with my first one. That's a ridiculous team. Yeah, the teams are kind of wild out here. Jesus Christ. I thought you just smashed your keyboard, but apparently Ariwa's I'm not even gonna read that. Zimkafiri. I'm too far away from my laptop to see it. NBA sucks. Awesome. NFL is great. Nice. Hey bro, I got Medicaid. Your boy gets his back alley medical treatment. Okay. I don't know what that means necessarily. All I know is if you need to find a massage parlor that takes clients for more than an hour at a time, let me know. Let me know. This live stream has devolved into me talking about illegal and malpractice facilities. I don't know what's happening. Start Chuba or Zach Moss. Give me Chuba Hubbard. I also got Ezekiel Elliott in my home league today, as I said before, and then I went out and traded for Tony Pollard. I gave up Chuba Hubbard and Drake for Tony Pollard and Madison. Don't feel great about it. But I've been on this earth for 22 years, and there are very few days I can say I felt good about. So just keeping with the theme. Don't sweat it, man. We all enjoy chilling while you stream. Okay. Thanks, Ben Payne. You're always in the comments hyping me up. I appreciate you, man. You're a good dude. You're a good dude with a shit haircut like me, apparently. All right, I'm probably gonna stay on for like 5 more minutes. If you got more questions, let me know. If you don't, if you want to talk about like anything but fantasy football, I'd also love to do that. I know this is a fantasy football channel and it's like a fantasy football Q&A, but talking about anything but fantasy football is kind of like where I'm at right now. Is selling Pollard for a 2023 second a good deal? Nah, I'd hold Pollard. Pollard's like a flex option with running back 1 overall potential going forward. So, nah, I'd hold Pollard. I'd hold him for sure. Jamal and Waller or CEH and Hack. Give me CEH and Hack. Clyde is a fucking word I can't say. And not that word. I was gonna say like a word that started with a B. He's not good at all. But he's probably more reliable than Jamal. My dad is taking me to Vegas for my birthday. Have you ever been? I have not been to Vegas. There's a guy in one of my leagues. I'm sure you know him. His name is Yannick. He always invites me out to California and Las Vegas, but then he always tells me after that that it'll probably be the last weekend I'm alive. So I don't know if I want to take him up on that. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you too, Ben. Have you been watching any cool shows? No, I've never really been a big TV person. The only shows I've ever watched are like lame, like The Office, The Wire, Breaking Bad. What else? I think that's it. Oh, Entourage, which I didn't really like. What am I eating for lunch? I put up a video on my personal channel yesterday of me cooking breakfast, and it was absolutely fucking disgusting. I might record another one today about what I eat for lunch and just throw it up there. I know none of you want to see that, but maybe. If one person requests it, guess what? I'm probably doing it. Do you think aliens exist? Sure. Haven't really thought about it too deeply. D-Hop and Damian Harris or Thielen and Gaskin? Give me D-Hop. Javonte Williams, Rondell, or Tyson. My team is trash. I traded out Alontae in the startup. Javonte. Your wife is jealous. We're huge foodies. Our idols, Gordon Ramsay and Wolfgang Puck, will be there. So stoked. Ooh. Sounds like you got good food on the way. Yannick Ngakwe is in my league. No. This Yannick is much more morally corrupt. How do you deal with the fundamental loneliness that comes with existence? Jesus Christ. This hand right here. That's exactly how I overcome loneliness. Kind of like this now. Kind of like it. I need a wide receiver. Any good dynasty trade candidate come to mind? Skylar, that's a loaded question. Somebody just asked me how I deal with the fundamental loneliness that comes with existence, and I don't think that's as heavy as a question as what wide receiver do you like? I don't know. I kind of like Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown and Julio Jones, and I lied about the last one. Wire and Breaking Bad are in my top 3. They are for me too because I've only seen 4 shows and one of them fucking sucked. Which 2 do I flex? Edmonds, Tim Patrick, Emmanuel Sanders, or AB? Give me E-Man and Tim Patrick. You just said I want it. I don't know what that means. Not gonna lie, your one-handed egg crack kept me feeling some type of way. Okay. How much money would BG have to pay me to shave my head? I don't know. I can't be bought, but like 200 bucks might do it. Thoughts on Jesus Christ. I thought it was gonna say Carmelo Anthony. Um, Next question. I'm like about to cry. You can't be asked that. Left left hand or right hand rest of season? The right hand I can throw into my flex. Left hand is not as versatile. Bring back the man bun in due time, young one. Sopranos is probably up there too. I was rewatching it, getting ready for the new movie. Then got blasted by Hurricane Ida. Still don't have Wi-Fi. You don't have Wi-Fi and you're still watching me? What a fucking real one you are. I tried to watch The Sopranos off of Nick's recommendation. I got like 3 episodes in and I just couldn't stick with it. I must have like some sort of attention deficit something or other. Because all I've heard is that it's a great show. What else we got? What else we got cooking? I just know that Boosie or Brosi is writing up something absolutely ignorant right now that I'm not going to be able to respond to. Squid Game is pretty dope. Check it out. I saw something on my timeline about Squid Game. I don't know what it's about or what it is or what it entails, but yeah, maybe. But most likely no, I'm probably not. Listen, I'm trying to get a job right now. I've interviewed in way too many places and not gotten a job. Kinda, kinda sorta stressed. Kinda sorta wanna start working. Kinda sorta think me doing these live streams, answering questions about which hand I use to relieve myself with won't help me in the long run. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, Jared. Okay, Jared. I would play OJ. He looked pretty good in Buffalo. Looking for a job in what? I graduated this past semester from UConn with a bachelor's of science in accounting. It sounds a lot more impressive when I say it like that rather than I went to the school of business and I kind of barely passed. And I had an internship. They offered me a job and I could not take it because it started next year and I wanted to start working this year. But the more I look into it and the longer it takes, the more it seems like I probably won't have a job till next year. But I'm supposed to manifest and believe I'm going to get a job. So that's where I'm at with it. I'll see you later, Ben Payne. Have fun at physical therapy. Put the super chat option on your streams. I don't know. How do I even do that? Send feedback? No, that's not it. I don't know. It said something about monetization was on. And you know me, I'm a greedy bastard. I turned it on, so I don't know what that really entails. Finally got a job after like 7 interviews. Keep it up. It will come. Well, thank you, TTD Militia. Yeah, like the interviews aren't hard, really. Like they're remote, and I feel like I'm a good enough communicator for them to go over well. But with COVID and everything, I don't really have as much job experience as some other candidates. So they don't trust me, and I don't trust myself. Mad donations for advice we can give ourselves. That's honestly the case. Nothing I say is important. Nothing anybody says in the fantasy football space is all that important. But mine is even less so. All right. I'm gonna run this till 11. Can't even read. 1:15. We got 3 more minutes. Let's see what Brosi can cook up in the chat. Probably something wild that I won't be able to read out loud. And I know Jared Curry is out here typing up something else that will probably get me canceled. Have I shown future employers the Ted Mack commandments? No, I have not. My girlfriend watched it, and I thought the relationship was in jeopardy after that. Those recruiters for sure found your YouTube channel and nixed that content track quick. That might be the case. Honestly, though, like the personal channel was doing well, and I was kind of talking about like finance type of things. It was like NFTs, and I'm sure people find that interesting or like not ignorant. What do you think about playing Henderson this week if he's active? I think you should do it. I think TTD Militia is going to have Henderson in his lineup, and he's going to score him 24 points. That's just me, though. That's just me. All right, got a minute left. I'll probably answer one more question and then head out. You know the fucked up thing is somebody's gonna see the title of this video saying Fantasy Football Week 4 Q&A. They're gonna get 5 minutes in and I'm talking about my dentist. Not good for SEO. Will I branch back out to NFT videos with the NFL product drop? I probably will. I probably mm, I like practicing what I preach, and I honestly don't have like the money to go out there and go crazy in the NFT space. But it's interesting to me to like look at it from a market point of view and like player values increasing or decreasing over time. So I'll probably talk about it. Do I love you, Koenig? No, I don't. I'm gonna keep it honest. I don't love you. Waiting for the lunch video though. Okay. On that note, I'm heading out. I'm going to make. It's gonna be awful. That's all I'll say about it. Catch you guys sometime soon. Although I'm pretty sure you don't want that to happen. Peace.